And speaking of paintball painting here, there's Lindsay, the paintball artist, painting probably another Mona Lisa, just like the two right here. So we'll see how this turns out here. Yes, Lindsay, we are watching you. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. This is your host, CBT. So we're getting ready to kind of pick up where we left off, but first, before we get started, watched a recent video from the creator. There's going to be a new upgrade coming out for Oxygen Not Included called the Agricultural Upgrade, which is going to really change the playing field again for this game. One of the things I'm probably not looking the most forward to is all my current versions, all my save files currently. Most likely same thing will happen when they came out with a thermal upgrade. Basically your old save files are no good. You'll have to delete them all and start them all from scratch. However, I am really excited for a lot of the changes that they had mentioned in the video, and I only caught like a small portion. They've done it like a couple weeks now. They've been introducing this. The game's getting ready to go into essentially early access, so hoping that we're getting ready to move from the alpha phase over to the beta phase for this game, which should be great. And just hearing about all the stuff that they want to implement, it's really got me excited for this game. It made me really glad that I bought it. But until then, we're going to keep going with the thermal upgrade, and this is the third episode. So we're going to go ahead and get back into the Ultra Space Prison. Alright, so while this loads up, just to kind of give you guys a heads up, so I've driven back to Utah for work, and I will be out here until July 22nd, so can kind of figure there's probably going to be a decent amount of downtime. It means that I'll have probably a lot of time to be able to record some videos, maybe even do some different ones and get those uploaded. The biggest thing I'm excited for is to soon have the hardware necessary to start recording stuff off of my PlayStation and getting those uploaded to the channel as well. So things like Fallout 4, Skyrim, heck, even some GTA 5, Battlefield. There's going to be all sorts of good content coming up with the fact that I'll have that hardware soon. And again, big shout out to Tim's on Fire Gaming. Tim, thanks for that suggestion. I'm looking forward to getting that piece of equipment and looking forward to doing some collab videos with you down the road. Guys, check him out as well. I'll make sure there's a link down in the description of the video to his Facebook page as well as his YouTube channel. Kind of like me, getting this going is kind of a hobby thing. We've already kind of talked about possibly doing some stuff together. His big thing that he brought up to me, which I was super excited for, was like old school Mortal Kombat. Like we're talking like stuff on the Sega Genesis and stuff like that. So I'm super stoked for that. So Tim, as soon as I'm back in town, you got to hit me up so we can do this. Alright, so to kind of get a rehash on where we were, we're going to go into cycle 22. Food's doing pretty good. We've only got 6 duplicates. Stress is manageable. We're only at 15% when we had left off. We managed to pull most of our water together, and from what I can remember over here, there was that dead hatch that died at one point, and it looks like that dead hatch turned into polluted dirt, but it did not contaminate the water supply, which I'm actually rather excited for because it means I have more water than what I was initially thinking. We got a hatch right in the bristle blossom there, so pretty interesting. Nice little glitch there. And we dug over to the ice dome. Getting ready to want to put in some batteries. Okay, so I think I've got a handle. One of the big things before I actually get going that I'm actually really sad to see that they are fixing this is the thing where you can actually reach diagonally and store stuff into the ration box. They're making it to where you can't do that, so you have to have like an actual way of getting to the box. You can't just use this little corner to do so anymore. So the thing that we've been doing with putting the ration box into essentially its own little vacuum is no longer going to work, and we're going to have to rethink our strategy there, whether it's putting the food ration box into the ice biome, just having to bite the bullet and do the refrigerator, which unfortunately generates heat. So we'll have to rethink that strategy as we go along. But we're going to go ahead and get these guys going. It is nighttime, so we will go ahead and let them do their sleep, get all rested up, as we got people definitely running to the bathroom here. And they're hungry. Lindsay and Mima are both hungry. Middle of the night. So much so, first thing they do when they get up is raid the ration box. Get them lice loaves. Okay, get a handle on where my stuff's at. Oh, we got polluted dirt up here as well. Probably as a result of the mealwood dropping food that then went rotten. So that's going to be a concern, because that's going to fill up with polluted oxygen as that continues to be a thing there. I'm not really digging plants here. Should probably dig those all up. I don't want stuff growing on me down there and then becoming rotten and creating more of a mess. But so far we're doing pretty good. It looks like most of the CO2 is now pretty well contained into this area here. And we got pretty sufficient oxygen production throughout the rest of the base. We're looking to be a little bit lacking up here though, and that might be a bit of a concern. So what we'll do, just to help out a little bit, so we'll go ahead and throw in a couple of terrariums. Another big thing that I'm actually really excited for is that I won't have to click through all of this stuff just to get these set up correctly. Now, in the new update, in the agricultural upgrade that comes out on May 18th, they actually have implemented kind of like a copy and paste system for like your storage compactors, as well as a couple of other things as well, where you can essentially copy. So you only have to do this once, set it up for one storage compactor, and then basically copy and then paste it to the rest. And originally the idea was just to do it to any adjacent ones, but then they ended up changing that a little bit in the most recent video that I'd seen, where you can essentially create the box, just like if you were trying to mass select some stuff or mass dig, prioritize, or stuff like that. Which, that'll be nice, because then one of the most tedious things of the game since the pre-alpha phase, which has been setting these storage compactors, has been a big nuisance, but hopefully that'll come out to be a bit of an easier thing to manage now. Okay, we're gonna dig that up, and then we just need to, you guys need to sweep. We need to get all this stuff cleaned up here. That too. And you know what we're gonna do? There, there, down there, right meow, and right meow. Low atmospheric pressure. Okay, then. Yeah, and that was the thing I was kind of worried about running into, was not having good oxygen production, which will now lead us to some issues with maintaining the food production. Thankfully right now I think we're going to be doing okay. Don't have to worry about it too much, but that is definitely going to be a near future kind of concern. that will definitely need to be addressed, because yeah, this area up here is just not looking too hot on the oxygen front. And so we're definitely going to want to get that all fixed up. Somebody not have a bed? Nope. Lindsay, you have a bed. You just chose to be all narcoleptic and pass out on the floor. Good job, Lindsay. Real proud of you there. You know what? We're going to cancel that. Even though that was already started to be built, we're going to cancel it. And we're going to get a deoxidizer up here. We're going to hopefully kind of repressurize that upper area. And run some heavy watt wire. Now this is going to be another big change that's coming up. It is actually regards to the heavy watt wire. They're making it to where it carries up to, I believe they said 20,000 watts is what they're playing with. However, do note that's not going to be the guaranteed final number. But another big thing is you can't run it through the tile flooring, which, because you end up with like tube wire, like this big old tube of wire that's carrying all this power. But another good thing is the transformers, which then allows you to kind of take that and branch it out into the smaller circuits, keeping things from, you know, overloading or becoming way too crazy. All right, so new duplicate. Taking a look here, we have Bubbles, who's a quick learner and interior decorator. Decor expectation is only 5, which not bad, considering the duplicate normally is negative 25, Bubbles is plus 25, and then the interior decorator added the 5 that we see there. However, Bubbles has a small bladder. The duplicate has a tiny pea-sized bladder. Adorable. So basically, this person's going to go probably twice as much as anybody else. Not necessarily the greatest thing. Not a bad thing, but not the greatest thing. Then we have Demon. He is a narcolep, so he can join Lindsay in the Pass Out Anywhere crew, who redeems himself with paintball paintings of the Mona Lisa. And the good thing about Devon is he's uncultured, making that decor expectation really low. And then we have Lyra here, who's also uncultured, negative 30 for the decor. And then Slow Learner. Means it's going to take her some time to learn. I think for right now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to reject, just because typically about 6 is a good hold point until you get expanded a little bit further. So we're going to go ahead and hold off. And speaking of paintball painting here, there's Lindsay, the paintball artist, painting probably another Mona Lisa, just like the two right here. So we'll see how this turns out here. Yes, Lindsay, we are watching you. I believe that was the music for Research Complete. Alright, so we got all the Tier 1 stuff done. We already have the Sanitation Sciences. Next big thing is definitely going to be the Advanced Filtration. That's going to be the next big role that we have to play, because that's going to allow me to deal with things like polluted water, especially if we're possibly looking to do the showers or the bathrooms. So it helps me deal with polluted water. And then probably after that, we're going to go with combustion, and then eventually fine dining for the fertilizer maker, because even though having the 2 outhouses and the compost facility right here, you really only get so much fertilizer. Like right now I'm only sitting at 605 kilograms, which will not last incredibly long. So the sooner you can typically find a new source of fertilizer, the better. Best way is typically through any kind of dirty water supply, run that into a fertilizer maker. You got pretty much an endless supply, especially if you are running like dirty water from the showers, the bathrooms, random pools of it in the slime biomes that you find, or even converting slime to algae makes dirty water, and then using that to create the fertilizer. So there's multiple ways to go about it. We'll kind of hammer hammer out a game plan as we go along. One thing I want to do is we're going to clean that up. Okay, so eventually we're going to do something down here with the water. Because we will need to eventually build some facilities, like the bathrooms and stuff. We definitely want to try to keep oxygen production good. You guys have wires you need to build. Build your wires. Stop being slackers. Nobody likes slackers. Not one bit. The chief does not like slackers. You must build. Do it now. I mean, the good thing about my algae situation here is I have this gigantic pocket of it right here within the, the temperate temperature zone. So all right within comfortable areas for me to get. There's a couple of vacuum pockets that we're going to have to dig through to get to some of this stuff up here. And I don't like that we have a heavy amount of CO2 sitting in that pocket. It's gonna cause a bit of a damper in the days that eventually will have to float downwards, because at some point I'm gonna have to dig up into there. Probably hearing like the massage table through. Anyhow, and then as we start to get over here, we start to run into our first slime biome, which does have the thimbleweed, which will be good for making the suits, whether it's the snazzy suit, which raises decor, the cold resistant suit, or even the hot resistant suit. So in some way, resistance to temperatures. So that way, as we start to explore, because with the big update coming up on May 18th, they really make it to where you have to utilize these areas a lot more, because you're actually going to have stuff that specifically grows in the hotter temperature stuff. You'll have certain things that grow only in the ice biome, so they require the really cold temperatures, as well as the thimbleweed, which typically prefers the more warm, need to have water typically to grow it in. So usually the slime biome seems to be good for that, and then just the regular food, so like the meal lice and the bristle blossom, will still pretty much mainly be housed in the main area of your base. Oh my gosh, you guys have 2 wires left to build. How hard is it to build 2 wires, guys? Look at that. See how easy that was? Who was that? Mima. Who's now running? Oh. Banel is not happy right now. That is the look of absolute, like, I hate you, I despise you, and screw you for making me clean up this dirty outhouse. Poor Banel. Banel's just not having a good day there. Alright, so we got the deoxidizer up here now, so hopefully, good, it's doing exactly what I want it to do, but we need to help out. So do some gas permeable tile there, some there, and heck, we'll throw one in right there too. Because what I would like to do is also have some of this push downward, because then any of that CO2 that we have going, that's going to be kept. Ooh, holy cow. Wow, we ran out of food quick, you fatties. Okay, so I kind of realized how desperate our situation with the food is. I did not pay attention. That is my bad. So, it is time to rectify this issue. And that is by building more food storage places. Because I have enough essentially for everybody. As long as nobody's being like a fatty fat and eating a whole bunch there. Okay, looks like still sitting at about 1,000 calories what each of them are eating per day. So that's usually about 6,000 per day that they're going to eat. So I've essentially got enough food for one more cycle. My mealwood's doing pretty good. It is almost ready to go for another round of harvesting, which will kind of help with the food situation. What we're going to do now is we need to get those beds moved into a better spot. Because then, once I get those beds rebuilt, then I can deconstruct these, build in some more storage compactors, use that to finish kind of cleaning up the seeds and everything that I'm going to be collecting from digging out all these plants, because I think the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and dig out this algae and get that going for ourselves, because if I can just stock up on that and get a good supply, because we are starting to run a little dangerously low here. So alright, you guys got those built, so now we can deconstruct the beds down here. That hatch is going to go right over. Nom 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 nom. Sandstone. Nom nom. Nom nom nom. And then you can hear him make his little noise. Brrr, as he probably pooed cold there. Yep, he pooed cold. He's a coal pooper. He likes to poop coal. As I have no idea what the hell that noise was. But it's not important. Okay, good. So with that being complete, I've now got things like the biodistiller for converting slime to algae, the water purifier to convert polluted water into clean water if needs be. So we're starting to make some movement. We just want to get the rest of these things built, dig out all this algae and all these plants, get that polluted dirt over to the compost. Eventually, because as I'm going to dig this algae out, that's going to open that vacuum up and probably suck whatever oxygen's there into there, just making it very thin. And then eventually all that will be dug out, because we'll have to eventually make a room for the electrolyzers where we'll do like our oxygen and hydrogen production out of water. Got a nice big slime biome up here. Very big open space here though. And there's a Puffed. Hello, Puffed. Okay, just kind of looking around, seeing how we're set up. That's good. Good chunk of hydrogen in there that we need to try to keep trapped until that becomes needed. Chlorine still pretty much useless in this game, and even in the agricultural update, they haven't really done anything with the chlorine gas. So it's still more just, it's kind of there. It's an obstacle. Gotta get it out of your way, because obviously breathing chlorine is bad. Okay, we're gonna do this. God, I hate this part. I cannot wait for the update so I don't have to do this all manually no more. I can copy and paste and everything will be right in the world of oxygen not included. Ooh, Jesus, hold on a second here. Definitely need to get this going. And as part of that, this thing needs to be turned back on. Go. Yes, harvest first. That's going to be the more important thing there. Get the food. There's only 1,000 kilocalories left. And there's 6 of you. And I'm pretty sure we all know that 1,000 kilocalories just is not going to cut it for you guys. Oh, stop delivering algae to everywhere and start harvesting. Yes, there you go. Okay, gotta maintain the stress because we don't need Lindsay puking all over the place again, like she did in episode 1. And man, Hassan, like, why are you always so stressed, guy? Like, you need to chill out. Alright, so you two are on there. I'm gonna hold off on research just because food crises is a bit more important than picking out the next research, in my opinion. No, stop. Don't eat it while it's just there. Knock it off, guys. You gotta convert the meal ice into ice loaves. So you can't be eating all the meal ice. You gotta get the meal ice to the musher. Yeah. Just like that. Now don't, no. Then you run away from it after you put all the meal ice in there. Okay, guys, it's ready. So whoever's the chef, you know, you might want to start cooking. Oh, boy. There we go. Good job, Gossman. That's what we need. We need somebody on there turning all that meal ice into ice loaves. So that way you guys have food. Oh no, a new duplicate. I mean, we're doing okay. We're not doing too bad. We might take one. Ellie, dimensionally inept. English. Anyhow, dimensionally inept, so can't build. That's kind of an important thing. So right there, Ellie, you're out. Then we got Otto. He's a slow learner. -3 on the learning. And he's amphibious, so he can move just as quick in water as he does in land. Yeah. Narcoleptic, early bird. Man, I'm just not getting, like, really much on the good front here. Because I really don't need people falling asleep everywhere. Alright, looks like we're rejecting this round. Did not get the best candidates in the world. And they've almost got all that algae dug up, which is good. Next thing, though, is going to be the stress. Marie is the big one right now. I can hear you, Lindsay. You fell asleep. I know you did. And then Lindsay's down at 17. We're pretty good. So Marie just needs to chill out. Lindsay needs to wake up wherever the hell she fell asleep at. There she is. Okay, so did pretty good there. That just that little section right there that I kind of dug out put us up to 33,000 kilograms of algae, so we're doing pretty good there. Still like to see that number get up a bit higher, as well as we do have a little bit of sweeping that we really need to get done. Don't you eat that. Oh, dude, did not eat the lice loaf, did you? What the heck did you eat if you didn't eat the lice loaf? Like, what was right there that you could have eaten? Like, I don't understand. You didn't eat the meal lice inside there, did you? Please say you didn't eat the meal lice. Because, Hatch, I like you. I really don't want to kill you. But man, if you've eaten my food and stuff like that, I may not have much of a choice. Okay, so we've been doing a good job converting the meal lice that we had harvested into the lice loaves. Starting to get a nice little buffer there again. I'm really curious to know what the heck that Hatch is eating up over there. Because if he's eating up the meal lice, I'm going to be rather upset. If he's eating the lice loaves, I'm going to be upset because that's my food source. It's my food source, Hatch. And I will convert you into a food source if you don't knock it off. Like, you make me concerned about what you're eating over there. God, I really think he's eating the meal lice. I really do. I'm pretty sure Mr. Hatch is eating meal lice. Which, that's going to really kind of make me mad. Oh, man. Consumable board. I mean, we're doing awesome coal-wise. I just don't want to have to worry about that Hatch eating up all my foods. So, just to maybe help him out a little bit, we're going to go minerals. We're going to drop out some sandstone right now. Because hopefully with that sandstone, that's going to be like his focal point. That's where he'll go to eat. And then he'll just continue to poop coal all over the place, like he has been. Keep going. Nope. Get away from the musher. There ain't nothing for you by the musher, Hatch. Get out of there. Or why don't you hop over there and burrow? Like, Jesus. I'm gonna dig this really awkward path, and yeah. Alright, so I think it's time to do this, because they totally like defeated the whole purpose I had going on there. And that'll allow us to deconstruct those. Alright, because then this way, once they have this floor built, I'm already kind of pre-prepped for whatever I might use this floor for, which most likely is going to be like the second stage residential area. It's probably more cots and stuff as we continue to bring in some more duplicates. Food area will eventually need to be expanded as well, because even though it looks like I have a lot here, and granted that meal lice is going to do a lot to help out to start out with, once we convert over to the bristle blossoms though, because those things take much longer to actually grow initially, on their first cycle, it's going to create a big gap in the food to where if I don't have a pretty steady, like, spaced out cycle of them, we're going to run out of food rather quickly, which is not something I'm looking forward to doing again, considering we just kind of got the food situation under control for the time being. I mean, it is kind of rocky because we definitely, with 6 duplicates, we're looking at about 3, not even 4 full cycles there. So we're still very meh as far as the food goes. New duplicate. All right. Please. Oh man, I'm just seeing the red on the board, and it is not looking good. Oh no. Oh no. All right. So, Harold, you're just out because three debuffs. A, you can't combat. B, you can't dig, and C, you can't cook. Makes you kind of useless. Max over there being biohazard irritable bowel means he's going to get sick and take forever to do the business. So we're going to avoid you. I'm okay with Lyra not being able to cook because Gossman's going to be the resident cook. The Uncultured helps out with the decor expectation. So if we're going to take one, I'm going to say we're going to take Lyra. Welcome to the Ultra Space Prison. I am your Warden, CBT. Now Beard. What should you build? Your own bed. Because after all, you are going to need a place to sleep. So. And then I guess we need to do something about the shoddy decor feelings around the base. So we'll put some paintings. And then we shall do some sculptures. As I'm sure I built those picture frames out of some ridiculous material. But that's okay, because they will build them. Alright, doing good on food production. We're getting up there, 36,500 kilocalories. We're going to be going down at about a rate of 7,000 kilocalories per day. Assuming no one's being a pig and eating more than 1,000 calories a day. Kilocalories. Which, come to think of it, I never really understood why it just says kilocalories, because wouldn't that technically mean that every one of these things is 1,000 calories in its own right? So when these guys are eating 1,000 kilocalories, they're eating like 1,000,000 calories worth of food. Which, I mean, if these guys here, these little bug thingies here, called meal lice, are essentially worth 100 kilocalories per little meal lice. And that's one hearty piece of food right there. I mean, considering that normal person diet is typically anywhere from like the 2,000 to, let's say, if you're extremely active and obviously burn a lot of energy, maybe 4,000 calories a day. That's one fatty meal lice right there. That's like a Timon and Pumbaa style grub right there. That one sucker feeds you all day. Actually, you know what? I just thought of this too. Why not create a couple of little trap pockets for that CO2 to slither down into? Because what that'll do... Oh no! I dropped a hatch. I did not know there was a hatch there. Oh my gosh. Alright, well that sucked for that hatch. He totally just ate dirt. And was there like another dead hatch in the sandstone? Like, how'd you dig meat out of there? Like, I am so confused by that. But no, I did not realize there was a hatch hiding right there. And of course, you know, when I dug out his little spot he was hiding in, he had nothing below him to save him. So he kind of fell to his death because the hatch can't breathe, and as a result, that hatch definitely died. Okay. Alright, hopefully what this will do is it'll create a way of allowing some of the CO2, which is built up over here on this side of my base, to kind of get scrunched down and hopefully get pushed down into, yeah, you can already see it kind of doing what I need it to do. And all that CO2 is essentially going to fall down towards where the water's at, which I'm starting to see. My water levels are starting to get away from where the sandstone is. So that's kind of a good, kind of bad thing, because obviously I only have so much water, and that's kind of the downside to these terrariums. And typically why some people don't like to use them is because, well, they do. They use up a good chunk of water as you're going along. Alright, got some more meal lice to get harvest, which means more lice loaves. The food situation seems to have remedied itself. Now, we could do something about the fact that Marie is still freaking out about stuff. She is just not digging it here. She is like the most stressed. Everybody else, 7% or less. Like, we have 2 at 7, 2 at 1, 2 who are just not stressed at all. Marie, on the other hand, is like having a meltdown right now, which I don't get. I really don't. Like, I don't know why she's having such a hard time. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, oxygen pressure is looking good. With the deoxidizer over here. What's going on with the deoxidizer over here? Max gas pressure. Huh. Well, it's not working out how I was hoping it would. Okay, I think I know what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of the deoxidizer. We're going to probably move that. Yes, we are. We're going to move that. We're going to move the deoxidizer to be more in the cold area, because this area is having a hard time with its oxygen production. So we're going to put a deoxidizer right here. Get a little heavy watt wire to it. Right here. And then I guess for here, we will just throw in another terrarium. But yeah, we're going to try to manage the algae situation, because I know as I get these deoxidizers going, the deoxidizers are going to burn through the most. They burn through about 300 grams a second of algae, and so you always want to run those very sparingly. The terrariums don't burn through as much algae as quick, but you're doing your trade-off because you're using water. Oh no, it's another duplicate. Alright, so I'm going to build a second floor for the food area that will kind of expand to as it becomes more needed. Let's see who is wanting to join in here. Alright, so we got Rowan, Narcolep Club. We got Max, Narcolep Club. And then we got Nails, the farter. Oh, I just cannot catch a break with some of these duplicates. I think we're going to reject all these ones here. Because 7's good for now. I really don't need any more than 7 for the time being. Anyways. Oh no, what's going on? Oh no. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is not. No. No bueno. No bueno. This is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Like, that needs to immediately be a priority. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Snacks. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Because I don't even know what I built that with. Da-da-da. And, like, with the swiftness, this needs to happen before that gets down there and totally ruins my water supply. Like, I am appreciative of the fact that you're grabbing it. Oh no, it's gonna be too late. Oh no. Don't, oh god, no. Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Just don't fall any further. Just stop. Just don't. No more. Because now we need to do this. Yes, mop that up. Please. Get that. Okay, well that was another very close call. Like, I have no idea. Apparently we just got stuff melting up there. Which, I mean, it's not ideal. It's not what I want to have happen, but it's going to happen, it looks like, regardless. So, might as well make the most of it. But thankfully, the polluted water, with the way the water mechanics work, is it didn't get further than this little bubble right here. So, thankfully, it did not contaminate my main water supply. But, now that I have this tile here, hopefully, next time we get some polluted ice that's melted and has decided it wants to wreak havoc on my base, kind of like that right there. Yeah, you see that? So we've had a number of things like almost happen to the base. We almost had an issue of starvation because we almost ran out of food. That has since been rectified, even though they are totally slacking on harvesting that last plant, even though it looks like it has essentially died. You should still go harvest it though, because I've given you all a command to do so. And power's definitely becoming a problem quick. So that's going to be probably the first major concern, is dealing with the problem of power, or the lack thereof, because of how much stuff I'm running right now. Another one's got hypothermia. Holy cow, like, where is all this? You guys, like, for real, like, I don't know where all this polluted ice stuff is coming from, but you guys need to get a grip on this. Oh, there's a mixture of regular ice in there too. I could see it. Okay, so I've definitely got a problem with polluted ice out here in this area. And we have a new duplicate. Oh, jeez. Alright, so we need to get power going. So, Hazan, I'm glad you're in there running on the wheel in the deathly cold of the ice biome. Even though most of my oxygen, for whatever reason, seems to be going more up that direction, which is not preferred, but it could be worse. But hopefully with me putting all the polluted ice over here, if it does warm up, hopefully it'll more or less fall off the edge rather than go all the way this way and cause a major concern of flooding within my base of polluted water. Okay, I guess it's time to see who we got for this one. Another narcolept, but a quick learner. That is going to be... Can't cook, however is naturally robust, and is a grease monkey. I just saw the decor expectation. Rowan, you're so needy. Alright, Otto, you're in. And it's bedtime. Otto just showed up and has nowhere to sleep. So wherever he managed to run off to in that short period of time, he is now probably on the floor, passed out. Yep, there he is. Good old Otto. I mean, again, at least he's right there next to... You could see him, sucking that oxygen. And he's... just snoring away, sucking up oxygen. Crazy, crazy little duplicate. Okay. New duplicate. Alright, who wants to join hell today? Alright, diver's lungs, but the loud sleeper. And I've actually gotten to see this in a bit more of an effect watching another YouTuber's channel here. Loud sleeper, you're basically putting that person away from everybody else, because within a 4 to 5 block radius, they're gonna wake the people up that they're around. So diver's lung, great trait. Loud sleeper, bad counter to it. Bottomless stomach, you know what, that probably wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because I've got lots of food, but I don't want him getting too crazy with it either. And then we have our scaredy cat, who's also naturally robust, which is Joshua. You know what, just because we're at the end of this video, I think we will hold off for the time being. We'll get to the end of the cycle, and I think we will wrap this up. But I'm definitely looking forward to the upgrades that are going to happen on May 18th, which is definitely going to change the whole dynamic of how you build a base. I'd say probably my biggest challenges I'm going to have is going to be the food storage, because without having the nifty little trick of mine and many other people's, where you were able to build essentially this little box, create a vacuum, and you can get to it diagonally, that's not going to be a possibility any further. And so we're going to have to figure out, is the cold storage going to be the best? Is building the refrigerators going to be best? So there's a lot of work that's going to go into it. But so I think that we'll get into day 40, but I think this will essentially bring us to the end. Again, guys, for those of you who have liked the Facebook page for the CBT Gaming channel, thank you. For those of you who have also gone and subscribed to my channel, thank you even more. Appreciate you guys, because ultimately it's the channel that needs those subscribers. I mean, it's great to have the likes on the page, but unless you're subscribed to the channel, it doesn't really do much, because being subscribed to the channel tells me that you guys like the materials that we're coming out with, and that you want those videos to continue. But I'm definitely looking forward during my couple of months here in Utah. Hopefully have a lot of opportunity to get a lot of different types of videos going. Might start doing some Fallout Shelter for PC. I did post up on the Facebook page what game you guys would like to see for the first PS4 Let's Play. So make sure you check out the page and put in your emoji thing to vote, or like for your vote. So that way I know what it is that you guys want to see on the channel once we go live on the PlayStation 4. But overall, again guys, thank you for all your support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Link is provided in the Facebook page itself. You can also now find my page on Twitter. Links to the YouTube is available there as well. But definitely give this video a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that way you can see all the new videos that I come out with. And if you want to be, kind of in the loop, there's that bell you can click too. Get notifications for when new videos are coming out, new live streams, all sorts of good content. Make sure you're the first to know so that way you can check it out. But we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here today. This is the CBT Gaming Channel. Your host, CBT. Have a good night.